All right. Well, we get a crocodile instead. Every time we've seen this crocodile, though, every time I have seen this Renekton play with my physical eyes, it's been in a 2v1 situation, and it comes out on top. I'm not saying it's going to happen here. I'm just foreshadowing a little bit if it does come up, because this Renekton pick has risen in prominence.
I just want to say I don't know what else you would see it with other than your physical eyes, but I will say we were talking about...
Sometimes people say the wildest things, all right?
We did say we wanted to see Al come out with kind of lanes that have pressure this time around so that they don't allow that chokehold in again. I really feel like we've only seen AL win when they're able to get an early lead and somehow luckily snowball off that because the enemy team doesn't know how to stabilize the play from behind. With Renekton, with the fact that we now have a Victor coming in for Fofo, which is honestly even, I'd say, less useful in early skirmishes than the Azir because you don't have that same, like, you know, Emperor's Divide play available once you hit the level 6 mark. But still, if the whole goal for EDG is Victor locks Nico into that 1v1 where Victor is still incredibly strong, and then you enable the Lucian Nami to do what it did in game 1 with Poppy constantly hovering around that bot side, dissuading ganks to come through for the Wukong. So definitely a strategy there for EDG, but at least AL will have some lanes that can contend with early skirmishing this time.
Yeah, you give yourself a little bit of playability here, and you're not just relying on us Kazakhs to get ahead and snowball. That's the way I want to see AL play. I still want them to be able to fight some of this aggression down in the 2v2 that we're going to get from Uzi and from Mako, but it is a time to step up if you're anyone's legend as we're getting into game number 2 here. It is EDG versus AL, where EDG took a huge game number 1 victory. Now as we hit the rift, will we get...
Extending this lane doesn't really give them all too much pressure.
ZDZ pops the dominance. He wants to turn it around. He takes the tower shot to the face. I don't know what you were expecting there, but Allah outplays it. Solo Bolo for the top lane of EDG. They want to try to make good on this, though. Rift Herald spawn. Pinzy should be able to pick up this gold.
almost here. JJ might be able to stop Pinzy.
Pinzy is in a bad spot. He just got hit into the wall as well, and he's just taking the tower. This tower is OP from EDG. They get 1 back. What did it cost you?
AL throwing everything away. You asked me if I thought AL could do it, if they could make the comeback. I said, I don't know. And sadly, Mazel, reasons like this are why. You were saying earlier, anytime you see a Renekton, he 1v2s.
My goodness. Like, this was actually incredible. Like, he just takes it. He almost turns it around and then dies.
Yeah, goes back in once again. Procs the turret aggro, and Allah having a field day. The ramping damage gets the best of him in here. JJ, great pathing, makes it up to top side. Allah bought enough time.
This flash.
He's gonna lock him in and make sure he can't go anywhere.
Allah's just standing there on the edge like, hey, nanny nanny boo boo. And then they kill him, and it's even worse. You wanted the talk lyric? Because we're going to get JJ wanted to say, please stop attacking me. It's a big tidal wave on the way back, though. Keeper's Verdict lined up, ready to go. Hits 2 members, Pinzy and Zora all by themselves. Pinzy wants JJ's blood. He does end up getting it, but he's all by himself here. Uzi picks up the kill.
Might be a 1-for-1, but that was a great example of the amount of disengage that we talked about that EDG have, right? Tidal wave thrown out, that prevents them from coming in. Keeper's Verdict then sends people even further away. If Fofo was already there, like you put down the gravity field, like another way to not enter. It's just really so hard for AL to get into a position to deal damage. Luckily, Pincy did find that angle. Allah.
Whoop, that's a lot of damage. And,
okay, both TPs used. They're all here.
Yeah, they are going to fight. Allah just walks at them menacingly. Gonna get the knock-up too. The layered CC damage to ZDZ. He has to get this Dominus out. The Rift Herald goes down, but there's no way you're getting that eye as Allah goes over the wall at the flash out of Pinzy. Can they get the route here? Zora's getting a little bit low, does have that breath of life, but it's not going to be enough, and JJ hunts him down. Tidal wave under tower should not be followed up, but maybe they want to use Allah here. ZDZ, Bubble, Trouble, and Uzi looking for the kill. It gives it over to Fofo as Allah just takes turret after turret shot, and there goes the outer tower of AL. With that kind of checkmate style of their first pick, Lucian, as we see the team fight unfold here on AL's decision to do the Rift Herald.
And nice, EDG just trying to play it simple front to back. Keeper's Verdict, though, not connecting with anything there. So luckily, Xiao does still manage to get that smite off and pick one off. But it was Allah falling so aggressive with the flash, followed by JJ with the Hex Flash. But they're going to show us. Shitshowy swipes it and goes on with his day.
Got it.
But that wave, ooh, ZDZ.
So we'll see
So
if
is
he
he
goes
dead?
down. He is definitely dead. What kind of Croc boots do you like? What color would you want?
I don't know. I wouldn't be a big fan of the boots.
I'd go blue.
Kind of, I don't know. I just wouldn't. You know, maybe a pet Croc I would do.
Well, maybe like
I don't
fake
think
Croc
anything else.
boots.
Still don't do
Maybe
it for
they'd
me.
just be Crocs, like the plastic shoes.
Oh no. Oh no.
Now we're getting to another level of marketing.
I do own a pair of Crocs, even if I've never worn them. It was a gift.
Oh, I was gonna say, why do you have them?
Hell, not
That's
even
what
gonna
we want to
sneak.
see from AL, though. They need to combine these pieces together. They need to get ZDZ involved. Get Xiaohao in there for a big engage. They're looking on a flank here. He does have the blast cone, the improved one, go over all the distance. Can't cyclone right into the back line here. He got spotted out, though, by EDG. They know what's a brewing. They're still trying to take this fight over the Dragon. Xiaohao's going to go back for a second time. Ala goes for an engage on the other side. This is set up beautifully for Xiaohao. Did everybody forget? No, they turn back around to make sure there's nothing coming from that side. Try to get some vision onto him, but can't do it just yet. ZDZ is right back into the fight and has his rage bar full up. You're trying to get a reset from Fofo, but nobody blocked the Dragon damage. Won't be able to get that one off. Uzi going mid to try to get that push through. Here comes ZDZ back. Xiaohao over the wall yet again. Is the third time the charm. He finds Uzi on the back line. He can't get the lockdown, though. Does he? Cyclone, he goes over the wall in the middle of the fight, though. Fofo is shredding him down. And Pinzi can't stay alive. 3,600 damage from the big guns mid laner of EDG. Dragon goes to AL.
Still 1 kill in favor of Dragon. Looks like maybe mid lane turtle will also be costed by anyone's legend with Uzi staying here. So, yeah, trade going a bit back and forth. AL gonna feel good about stopping what would have been soul point for EDG, but we'll have to pay a little bit because now Fofo only getting even bigger.
He's going to be getting second item very, very soon, and that just means there is a ticking time bomb.
I gotta say,
to
Mazel,
some extent.
this fight, Xiao's positioning puts so much pressure, which is why we had the long posture off. Does a great job of getting on top of Uzi, flashes to follow up, but then can't follow him over the wall. And like you were saying, the whole time, Fofo was unloading damage on the opposite side of the fight. JJ really just soaking damage just on the edge of a knife. Very well kind of suited with the composition that they clearly come in mind drafting today, right? Both games, double tank top jungle, kind of scaling control mage that does well in the isolated 1v1 to generate prio, and then the same bot lane do on both games. So EDG came with a very clear game plan, and now we get to see them being more willing to go for a Baron.
Yeah, a little bit risky here. Risk it for the biscuit, says EDG, as the test of Jitoi versus Uzi has so far come up with the legend's name. Now, actually, Mako, a bit overextended here. Just bought time, I guess, to get 4 Baron buffs over. Here comes the ulti, though. The train hits on the Pinzi, but he goes right back in for a big Pop Blossom. Can't really get backline access, though. Ala getting a little bit low. Dominus had already been popped by ZDZ. And AL go away from the fight after taking down Mako, but 4 members of EDG now have Baron buff.
Yeah, they're going to take that any day. Now really going to be able to enable their push. That's where you see like a composition like this really come online, because sure, it might have like a long-range control mage in the mid lane, and Lucian does have calling to work with, but it's still not the best at sieging down those inhibitor turrets, right? You'd have to do it kind of in multiple pushes like we saw in game 1. With Baron really does open them up to just hopefully in one push outright be able to start opening up the base of anyone's legend.
Ooh, but you got Navori quick blades
3
completed
items.
for Uzi, and the boots on top of it too. The boots with the fur lyric. As now we'll see maybe with the plating, not fur. I don't know. Fur is not really good against metal weapons. Jit is though maybe looking for some good against the Crocodilian yet again, trying to make some crocs out of him. See ZDZ locked down by that steadfast presence. They should be able to just take him out here. Oh, nice little flash, and he will get out.
Now we're going to see EDG with a wave in
Oh
bot
my
lane.
goodness.
I do got to say they made this easy for AL just for the fact that they aren't playing out through any other lanes.
Yeah, but that's been the style so far in this series. EDG just force one lane at a time. They go all 5 and see what you do about it.
I feel like so far they've been really well like coordinating their other waves to at least always be pushing in to draw pressure. But who knows? With how powerful they are, they might not even need to care that all of AL are here.
There's that Cullen going straight into the back line. AL will lose 2 members from this siege. Gotta be a little bit careful. They were still able to clear that one out. I will just highlight, like, PNZ did a lot of damage with one ability. Their abilities are coming online. They still have extremely strong meta champions. So it's got to be a nice execution, maybe a little bit of a surgical one for EDG as they try to take this inhib.
EDG, though, have to be so conscious of the flank because all of their zone control tools really only work when the enemy is positioned right in front of you. Even just coming off to a slight side, right, that allows you to circumvent the gravity field. Or if, you know, Tidal Wave gets thrown out in front. So they are starting to be a little bit respectful of the pressure that showdown's putting up, but at the end of the day, they got exactly what they came here for.
They just needed to get some base breaking. Here goes the steadfast presence to deny showdown everything. Flash from PNZ makes a difference though. Ultra shock laser as well as that lightning crash. Allah just goes a little bit wide. Actually finds ZDZ as now they're turning this. This is what we were talking about. Their champions are still scary. Lyric and AL will take down 3 members.
AL take down 3 EDG. It's Allah and Fofo again. We've seen this before, Mazel.
Trying to find a little bit of sneaky business down here. Can't get the trigger pull onto AL, but they just want to deny this dragon. It's not the Baron, but it is a little bit of a neutral objective they need to fight over. Here comes a lot of AoE damage from the Chaos Storm, but Allah can't tank enough. He can't do it. They go down. Fofo has to flash out, and Allah will just die as a zombie. AL right onto the dragon.
I gotta say, Victor not as good at going for these types of plays as Azir was in game 1 because of like the safety you have in your mobility. So we'll have to back off, and even Allah going down. So gonna get themselves a second dragon, gonna get the bounty on that one as well to at least bring down that gold lead a little bit. And honestly, just a bit of disconnect coming out from the side of EDG. They see Shao, they want to go for the pick. Look at Fofo. Fofo just base, he's buying up, he's finally TPing back in mid. Just very all over the place coming out from the side of EDG. Even Allah still wasn't here yet, so you already have your AD carry, who is the person most, you know, farthest ahead, has gone down, and then AL can just keep picking them apart bit by bit from the multiple angles they played this fight. So honestly, a bit of an overstep from EDG, but kudos to AL for punishing.
Yeah, you gotta give props where props are due. Jitsui also getting JJ with that big old blast cone too. Just a little cherry on top as they were able to fight back. Will they have the fight left in them here? If the comp works, if it sets up well, you can find the advantage. And Jitsui will be the main provider of that. Not on that 3-item spike just yet, but getting very close. But it's looking like a tall mountain to climb here as they want to go straight through. Maybe it's looking like a train. That light at the end of the tunnel, it might just be a little bit darker right now as Uzi will step forward. There will be the Chaos Storm burn and the Tidal Wave, as well as that Unstoppable Onslaught. So big ultis down for EDG.
And they did all that for only 1 flash from ZDZ and the ult coming out from Zora. So it will at least garner them map presence, so they're going to turn immediately onto this Baron, but AL already know, and they're heading over.
They are. They have the dominance for ZDZ, but it's a preemptive strike from EDG. They take Jitsui out. I said he hadn't died, but there's that first death, and it might just be the only one that EDG need. They push ZDZ out of there. Uzi is fighting him tooth and nail, and he takes them out. Uzi stepping forward and lighting them up. Give him the guns.
We're going to see Zora should be able to get away. But now EDG, Uzi has a bit of HP. You do have a Nami alongside you. It looks like that is enough for them to feel confident about taking this Baron.
Easy does it, Baron. Another one for EDG in a really well-executed fight. Yes, they lost Fofo. He got to do a quick back and get that 3rd item there, as we see. But actually, they're looking for it. He has that double onslaught back. He's looking for Zora. Oh, he didn't see him until the last second. Gonna have quicker reaction times in the vehicles there, Olive.
You know, not to throw shade, because I did say JJ is kind of the most consistent performing member of EDG, but giving ZDZ a path to safety. But there it is, Jitsui. Allah with the side brush plays this game has been phenomenal, setting it up for Uzi to find that one. But then you see, okay, PNZ comes in, finds the big knockup, but it doesn't matter. A big part of your consistent damage is already gone, and it allows for Allah to keep soaking damage. The heals coming out from Mako to make sure that Uzi is able to survive the initial onslaught from Xiaohao, and then they just run the rest of the fight down. So close. 30 HP.
Calm, cool, and collected is Uzi in this one. Has completed that Lord Doms, even has a BF sword on top of it. And EDG are right back on the map because we have a dragon spawning up. They do not want to relent a single moment against AL, but AL point and present. They want to try to burn it down.
They're going to be here. but still engage up for the side of EDG. Flash, though, now up for Jachowi, not on Uzi. So if showdown finds his way on Uzi, he can't just take him down this time.
Oh, there is that flank angle there, but I do wonder, they weren't able to see him in the instant. They just go in with it. The Keeper's Verdict has already been used. The ZDZ can't even heal. That's a huge steal from Shao, but doesn't matter. You got 3 dragons in a row, but EDG wiped the floor with AL yet again.
And now we're going to see a big push come off for the side of EDG. 2 members to work with. Luckily, there's some damage dealers who could potentially clear waves. But going up against 5 members shrunk for EDG, I don't think they can do anything.
There ain't nothing you can do when EDG has control of a map like this. They are so ruthless when you give over that control. And now they're just looking for the game, Lyric.
And I think they should be able to get it. We're going to see if Jachowi has any kind of immaculate plays that can take over in a 2v5 situation, but odds aren't good.
I'm glad I got my moment to talk about him, because I don't know if there's going to be many more moments in this series, at least. He almost gets burned down, but it's the Nexus Towers in the eyes of EDG. JJ staying alive as you go into Jachowi. Does he go down? No, he's in the Nexus. CDZ is back. Uzi trying to end the game. He's got Nexus shots, and he ends it. EDG with a 2-0 over AL.
Great to see EDG just kind of a chokehold. Really is just the best way to describe this series, right? It wasn't, neither game was too explosive. EDG came in with like a very clear plan, and we'll say like kind of composition dynamic in terms of how they wanted to play, right? A lot of zone control, kind of range setup coming from mid, isolated laning phases. JJ just really enabling that by hovering around, setting up vision, not allowing ganks to come off. But that discipline is always what's made EDG so interesting to me in the LPL. And a league full of teams that aren't known for this style that I would say is more kind of textbook. They've always just gravitated towards it, pulled it off well. Again, I think they have always been a bit more reliant in their cleanliness on being able to win out through laning phase and kind of drafting compositions around that. But hey, if that's your bread and butter and you're able to pilot it well, you keep going with it. Pull out some of these off-meta picks like the Victor and really just drive your style home.
And a little bit of a side note, EDG going with the bow. Uzi knows exactly where to put the hand this time around. I remember last time there were images, Mako was trying to show where he put the hand for the traditional EDG win bow. This time, no questions asked. But also, do you want to check in on the man himself a little bit? That's what we were kind of eyeing up when we were coming into this one. And while maybe we didn't get him tested to the full extent, I think being able to, again, have that priority in draft where you pick the Lucian and kind of force the hand of the other team and be able to play the way you did twice in a row, getting 30+ CS leads on bottom lane, multiple plates early on, that's the execution you want to expect from these 2 legends alive in our league.
The bot laner for EDG, congratulations on your win. Legends never die. So could you please say hello to our LPL English channel fans? 欢迎 UZI 选手来到我们的赛后采访，恭喜 EDG 2-0拿下了本局对局。先跟我们 LPL 英文牛的观众朋友们打个招呼吧。
Hello， 大家好，我是 UZI。
欢迎 UZI 选手 Welcome back to LPL stage. So the very first question for you, how do you feel about coming back to LPL stage, especially on EDG jersey? And what does this return mean to you from your perspective? 欢迎 UZI 选手来到我们的赛后采访。其实我们非常激动的看到 UZI 选手重返 LPL， 再次征战在峡谷当中。那么这一次是以 EDG UZI 的身份重新征战峡谷，感觉怎么样呢？同时你觉得这一次回归对你来说又意味着什么呢？
很开心也很荣幸吧，能够加入到 EDG 这个俱乐部，然后能够回到这个赛场上，我觉得对我来说，是我一直想做的一件事情嘛，就是也想完成心里那个，就是想要回到赛场上那个心嘛。我觉得能够站在赛场上，能够回到这个舞台，我觉得就已经够了。
So first of all, I'm very excited and I'm very honored to be able to join to the EDG. And I have been always thinking if I can come back to here. And I think it's a very cherished, very valuable opportunity for me to stand here, to come back to the LPL stage and play as a pro player. Thank you so much for your insight. And let's talk about some in-game contents. I also want to touch on why did you guys pick Sion Jungle in first game? Actually, we have seen LCK play the champions in this summer, but dates back to 2015. That's LPL. We played Cyan Jungle. So could you please share me as your insight about this part? 那么我们想聊一下有关于游戏中的内容。第一局我们看到队伍这边是选出了塞恩打野。其实我们知道在这个夏季赛 LCK 赛区有用，但是在我们 LPL 上次在看到他的打野英雄已经出现在了2015年的夏季赛了，所以想问一下队伍拿出他的契机是什么呢？
因为我们其实有去制定一些塞恩的战术嘛，然后觉得我们最近的风格需要调整一下，所以说也算是提前去用一些比较新的阵容，让我们整个团队换一种思路和想法吧，就让大家可以有更多的创新，然后让选手们可以打得更加有那种必胜的决心一点吧，因为就是大家都是有练过的。
So first of all, actually we have played and played a lot of strategies play around Cyan kind of things.